truth.
So what do we got today, man?
I don't know, man. So, you know how the new Pinocchio the movie came out last month, right?
Yeah, I remember.
So I was watching it, and I got curious, because like every movie has an origin.
Yeah,
So I wanted to see what's the origin of Pinocchio. Like, who in their right mind is like, I want to make a story about a puppet that comes to life and wants to be a real boy.
Yeah, of course.
So I was looking it up, right? And the origin of Pinocchio, in the movie, he's like, he gets in trouble too. The original one, he also gets in trouble, but he's even worse. So he's doing bad things, and Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah, his like little assistant.
Yeah,
it is.
Little Cricket. He tries to give him advice, like stop doing that, stop doing bad stuff. And Pinocchio got mad because he didn't want advice, and he got mad at the cricket. So he grabbed a hammer.
What?
And he threw it right at him.
No.
And he threw it, and then Pinocchio didn't think he was gonna hit him.
Yeah.
Well, boom, smacked him, hit him, and the cricket just fell and died.
What?
Yeah.
So Pinocchio killed
Jiminy Cricket.
What?
Yeah. And then later on, he got in trouble, and I believe his dad burned his feet off. But then he made new feet for him.
Yeah.
Because he felt bad. But Pinocchio ran off, and the cops thought Geppetto was abusing Pinocchio, so he got arrested and taken in jail. And so later on, Pinocchio, he fell into this trap. Jiminy Cricket came back as a ghost.
He came back.
He came back as a ghost. Yeah, boy. Came back like the Undertaker, dog. He came back as a ghost, and he tried to advise him again. Like,
yo, chill out.
yeah, because Geppetto, he came back from jail, and he gave him like 5 gold coins. They tricked Pinocchio into thinking he could plant the 5 gold coins.
Yeah.
And a tree of gold
will
will rise.
come up.
So they found out he had the 5 gold coins, and they chased after him. And they caught him, and they put him on a tree, and they hung Pinocchio.
No.
Yeah.
They hung him.
Yep. And they told him, we'll come back tomorrow, like you'll be dead. But he didn't die.
Oh, he didn't die?
No, because that's where the story was supposed to end off. Like Pinocchio just hung and dead.
Fucking dead.
Because the author wanted children to read it and see that there's consequences for their actions, but somebody wanted him to like end it more happy and blah blah blah. Okay. So a fairy came and rescued Pinocchio.
Ah, my goodness.
Yeah, and then Jiminy Cricket, he's a ghost, right? Pinocchio was scared. He thought he was gonna get his get back.
Yeah.
He's like, you can throw a hammer at me. He's like, just spare my father. But the cricket didn't. He's like, nah, I'm gonna spare both you and your dad. But just take this as a learning lesson, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, okay. That's how it ends?
Yeah.
What?
I'm not sure that's how it ends, but that's the origin. Pinocchio becomes
a
better person.
I guess that's one way to, to teach kids, right?
Yeah.
This was in a book?
Yeah.
Everything happens in the book, bro, because I don't know if you ever heard that in the book with the clown. So I'm gonna just go straight to the story. So they were in the sewer, right? The clown trapped the group of kids, because you know how there's a group of kids in it. And they were like, oh, we need to find a way out. How can we get out? And I guess Beverly, one of the characters, one of the kids in the group, which was the only girl, the only female in the group, was like, the only way out is for you guys to have sex with me.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And then she was like, you got to put your thing in me.
Uh-huh.
It was Mike that came to her, and Richie, like the act is repeated. So they both just went in. She feels some pleasure, dim heat in her childish, unmatured sex. And she closes her eyes as Stan comes to her, and she thinks of the birds. Like, bro, it just gets deep, bro.
What?
It gets deep. Like, when you said about Pinocchio, I was like, that's crazy, because the books are just crazy. They're deeper.
The originals?
They're deeper, bro.
Well, yeah, back then it was much less censorship around stuff.
Stephen King said the same thing. He said, times have changed since I wrote that scene, and there is more sensitivity to those issues.
It's like, I also saw, Warner Bros.
Yeah.
When the cops come, you better warn a brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Warner Bros. Also has 11 cartoons, and they're called the Censored 11. And this is because they were the people in charge of like TVs and stuff. Warner Bros. Has 11 cartoons that were withheld from syndication in the U.S., so they were not allowed to air it on TV ever. and they're called the Censored 11. They weren't allowed because they were racist, and they portrayed like racism and stereotypes of mainly black people. And one of them is called Coal Black and the Seven Dwarfs, and it was a spin-off of Snow White. So they made her a black character, and they called her Coal Black.
What?
Yeah, and the Seven Dwarfs, but
Yeah.
seven is spelled Sebben. Seven Dwarfs.
Seven?
Yeah.
What's seven?
They just figured that's how black people talked when like back then.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And they also made like the characters have exaggerated big lips, like big foreheads and shit.
Oh wait, I think I've seen like a clip of it.
Yeah, one of them actually has not Bad Bunny. Bugs Bunny. That one's you can actually watch these. I've watched some of them when I was looking it up, and you can actually watch them online. They have them all there.
What?
And it's pretty racist, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty.
So they can never air on U.S. television.
Yeah. These are old clips, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
These are old like
From
cartoons.
And Warner Bros.
Yeah. Warner Bros.
Damn.
If you want to see them, it's 11. They're called Hidden the Trail for Hallelujah Land, Sunday Go to Meeting Time, Clean Pastures, Uncle Tom's Bungalow, Jungle Jitters, The Isle of Pingo Pongo, All This and Rabbit Stew, which is the one that has Bugs Bunny, Coal Black and the Seven Dwarfs, Tin Pan Alley Cats, Angel Puss, and Goldilocks and the Jiving Bears.
I guess times were just way different, bro. Like they just think of whatever and they just put it out there. And for kids to see?
Well, nobody saw these because this shit ain't making the air. We're gonna hold these 11 cartoons because they're like too racist.
Yeah, yeah. So they never aired?
No, they were banned from airing.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know if they aired originally.
They probably aired, but like they were off shortly. Like they took it off shortly.
Because most of these are 1944. So I'm pretty sure the shows did actually, or the cartoons were shown on air. It says they were held since 1968 and they were made in 1944 and before. So I'm pretty sure people actually saw it.
Wild shit humans be doing, man.
Yeah.
Humans be doing some wild shit.
Especially back then.
Back then was crazy.
Everything was acceptable. That's crazy.
You know, and I be thinking like so much evil. I was watching a movie called Don't Look Up, but Leonardo DiCaprio is like he's a scientist. There was a meteor coming.
Yeah.
But Jennifer Lawrence found that out. She was a student at I forgot what school. It was like one of the top university. And she was like, "What the fuck?" So she called Leonardo, and then he came, whatever the fuck he was getting from the results.
Yeah.
And he was like, "This shit's coming. This asteroid's coming." And he was trying to warn everybody, but nobody believed him. He was on live TV. Nobody believed him. And like he was like, "Yo," he was getting frustrated. He was like, "I'm fucking for real. Like the world's coming to an end. We gotta act now."
Yeah.
But like nobody believed him, bro. And then I was like, damn, that's crazy. I feel like there's a lot of people like that right now.
Yeah.
That are like trying to tell us, but like nobody listens.
Nobody listens.
You know? Like the world's gonna end.
Nobody listens until it's actually happening.
Yeah,
You know
bro.
how life
Nobody's
goes.
listening. And then he went to the president, but the president was like, "I hear too many stories. Like,
Yeah.
there's just nothing. Just another story."
To your point, because I've been thinking, like, what I used to think as a little kid,
Yeah.
and then how you said, like, the world is evil.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, the world is evil because, like, think about how when we were kids, like, the innocence of a child, bro, and our thoughts, like, we could do anything, blah, 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 you know?
Yeah.
And I remember when I was a kid, and I used to take the bus, and my parents got a car, or my mom got a car, and she was finally able to drive to school.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? When I grow up and I get a car and I see people at the bus stop, like, I'm gonna give them a ride, you know? Because I was a kid, I was like, oh yeah, like I know what they feel.
Yeah.
But then the older you get, the more you realize how fucking cruel this world is. Like, you
Yeah.
can't trust
Can't
anybody.
trust anybody.
If you get them in the car, you might not fucking make it home.
Yeah.
You know,
nah,
they
I
might jack
feel
your
that.
shit. Pause. Yeah, so like that's what I would think. You know, I'll give them a ride.
Yeah.
And, you know, because I know what they're going through. But now it's like, nah, I don't think that.
Yeah,
no
nah, you can't be doing that shit.
Yeah.
You gotta pick them up down the street right here.
Yeah,
Bro. See what's up. That's crazy, man. I see a lot of, like, usually on my free time, I watch like YouTube clips
Yeah.
maybe videos, and I like to get spooked sometimes, but like sometimes it gets a little too deep.
Yeah.
And I'm on the deep side of YouTube, and it's like, oh, 3 true Uber stories that you need to hear about, and it's like this innocent woman, bro, driving. You know, she was trying to make money because she was an Uber driver, and like she picks up somebody, and like he's hooded up and everything. He's like, when she's driving, because she has a dash cam.
Yeah.
You can see like he's like looking around, see like where he's at. So it's already sus. And this girl's just driving, bro. She's like in her 50s.
Just doing her job.
Damn. And then I don't know, he pulls out a gun. He's like, do as I say and you live. And then she was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then she did whatever he said. Still ended up killing her, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So I just fucked up, bro.
That's
So maybe
evil.
I think picking up people.
Yeah, it's not a good idea.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea either, bro. It's not a good idea. I used to think the same though when I was a kid. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I used to think the same, but my thoughts were different. I don't know. I forgot what I would used to say.
Funny story of the day. So, you know what I saw in the news?
What you see on the news, bro?
So some guy at a Florida airport, I don't know if it was a guy or girl, they didn't say because it's an ongoing investigation
Yeah.
at the time of recording. But somebody tried to go through TSA and they hid a gun inside a raw chicken. Like a whole chicken, bro.
What the hell?
Yeah, and they confiscated it and shit. And it's an ongoing investigation. That's like
This is recent?
it was like 2 days ago. It was a Glock and a cock, bro. They got caught. They got caught. Yeah, they're trying to leave Florida.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. I mean, like you gotta. I don't know, bro. This is what I'm talking about. You got if you're gonna do some sketchy shit, bro, or like some illegal shit, you gotta think. You gotta think about like what kind of technology do they have, bro? Like you can see inside the chicken, no?
Pretty sure.
Like when you get through the sensor thing, like the X-rays. Can't you like see inside the chicken?
Yeah, you can see inside. Like I don't know inside chicken, but I'm pretty sure you can see whatever's in there.
You see a gun
You
in
see
there?
a gun in the fucking chicken.
That's hilarious, bro. I don't know, bro. People are just stupid.
It was so
bro.
random when I saw it. I didn't believe it. It said
Yeah,
gun
yeah.
found inside a chicken. I was like, let me click this. You see it right there in the
Fuck, bro.
picture.
Yeah, people are just dumb, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, just to add on to that, I saw a video. These people were trying to do an experiment. The experiment was they get all these products, these clothes, and they made a store that sounded fancy, but they put those products in their store and they resold it for like thousands of dollars, bro. Thousands of dollars.
People actually bought it?
People were buying them shits, bro. People were buying them shits. There was a shoe that had like gems all over it, but you know how the gems are fake when you get them from like Ross and shit.
It's the ones you stick on.
Yeah, like you can easily take them out. But people were like, yeah. The reporter was there experimenting. She's like, oh, what do you think about these shoes? How do you like the place? And then people were like, the customers were like, oh, it's fancy. I like the style. Look at these shoes that I got.
Oh, I know you're talking about. They took shoes from Payless. Yeah, they took shoes from
Payless. That's what it was. And then like
people.
behind us, they're like, bro, these shoes are like, bro, I just really made like 1,200 off these shoes. But at the end of the video, you can get your money back. But
Nah, if that were me, bro, I would have kept the money.
Nah, yeah,
I
for
ain't
real,
telling
bro.
nobody.
But I guess I'm just an experiment.
Lesson of the day: don't spend money on stupid shit.
Don't spend money on stupid shit. And like, follow, subscribe to us. All right, bye.
All right, peace.
Peace out. Next episode.